Hello everyone, it's Tedious here, back with another Fortnite storyline video on the channel. Now, in the background of today's video, you will see my gameplay of the Chapter 2 end live event, the finale, the end, the Cube Queen's corruption. It was crazy, and today we're just going to be explaining everything that happened within it whilst watching over it. So here you can see at the pyramid, the Cube Queen creating some kind of lightning effect. We are not sure what this is. This is most likely she used her energy of the cubes and her control over the storm and sort of cube power to break past the loop, because you know how the storm is connected to the loop. She was actually able to break that sort of force field of the loop to break out of the simulation and cause a fracture in the sky, as you will see here in one moment. Now, I thought, this cinematic, this looked absolutely insane. You can also take notice around this sort of circle, there is a fiery element showing that she has an element of cubes and of fire. Now, we theorized about this on the channel a long time ago, about how all the elements are going to come together at the end of the season. You know, how we have the 0 point energy in this event, we have the cubes, we have the gold, we have the, the ice and fire thing returning with, that fire burning away. Because you can clearly tell that is fire. And I'm not sure if you know, but Chapter 3 is going to have some sort of ice on it with the Winter is Coming teasers. Now, I have not been looking at any of the teasers, and here you can see there are thousands, or not thousands, but about 100 motherships. Now, this probably means that each of them visits the different realities, meaning, the other one that's visited back in Season 7 was the one that came to our island. So yeah, it was just one of them though. Here you can see my friend actually got knocked, so I had to res him. But yeah, just a bit ago in the event you would have seen they pushed back the Blevin force field. Now, Blevin came to us because in Skyfire we used the 0 point energy from our backpacks to bring him back to life, because the loop can bring people back to life, respawn them, so we basically rebooted or respawned him, and he was very grateful for that. Now, this cinematic is crazy. We see the motherships and the alien ships all entering, and everyone was running off to Blevin. They're like, "Give me shield, buddy, help me!" And she, Cube Queen really went all out on this one. You can see she's corrupting all of these places with this golden cube energy now, which seems to be in the abductors, which is quite interesting. I think it's because, her energy took over the other cube's energy, because she is way more powerful. Here you can see caretakers were also let out. She's let out her entire army of the last reality, and it did not look good for us. Here you can see the alien ships actually abducting our weapons, so we cannot fight anymore. This was really scary, and then she goes, "There is no escaping the last reality." So that confirms, yes, their name of the last reality. We've just called them that for a while, but yes, it's completely confirmed now. So we have all of this drama going on. She is trying to destroy our island, and it looks like she's doing a pretty good job. I'm not sure if you can notice here, but the graphics look very Chapter 1-like even. So you'll see in a scene here, we have to say goodbye to our good friend Blevin when the golden mothership beam circle powered Cube Queen thing decides to corrupt it and destroy it and sort of obliterate it into pieces, meaning we have no more protection, and this is not good at all. Now we are thrown into a scene of the Imagined Order base, and this is personally my favourite part of the entire event. I mean, we see like a bit of Jones, we see Sloan, with this other character. We haven't seen him before, looks like a possible replacement for Jones. There, possibly Sloan's little dummy, test dummy. He's sort of like what Jones was like, but just a kind of replacement. She's, he can see that he is doing everything for her, and she is also saying she's planning to enjoy watching Jonesy get murdered or killed, or like just put to sleep, if you want me to say it like that. And then you have Foundation coming in here like, "Hey yo, what's up, boy? Bring me to Geno and I'll let you be alive." So he is released from his chamber, and Sloan is like, "Oh, I'll watch you die." Then he goes, "It's about drive, it's about power, we stay hungry, we devour," reveals himself as the Rock reveals that maybe he's really strong because he was a wrestler. And yeah, him and Jones have a bit of a buddy conflict, which is quite funny. But then they get to starting a plan to help out the Loopers and the island state. So, The Rock decides to put his mask back on so he can, not have his memory wiped, which is actually quite smart of him. If you don't know, his armor is what keeps his memory stable so he doesn't forget anything. Now, it's quite confusing why Jones cannot, forget anything still. I think it's because they don't really keep control of him anymore because they already thought they, didn't need to wipe his memory because he was with them. Everything he did was in their prison. So now we have the Foundation trying to start a plan to flip the island. Now, I believe that since our island is simulated, on the other side of our island, that was the original world, and the Imagined Order people lived there, and yet they created the island below our island, basically just to, have a place like a backup if they ever needed it. So now it definitely seems like they need it, and that is what the Foundation is trying to do. He's trying to bring us to that backup island. Now, he initiates Phase 2, which is bringing more members of the Seven in. Here we see the Scientist and the Visitor, who Cypher PK and Ninja speculate to possibly be voice acted by Ryan Reynolds. I don't think so. I think they're just stretching the celebrity multiverse kind of thing. Then you have these droids opening the bunker, looks super cool, and then he lets the Loopers within the bunker and then says, "The Visitor, catch you on the other side, buddy." So I believe their location could be on the flip side, possibly, I'm not sure. He throws a bomb, creates a super cool scene, and this is where we come into the bunker. So the Scientist is there, and he's like, come on, we got to get to the bridge, that's where we'll be safe, we'll be with the 0 point, and everything will be good. So we follow him, and you might notice there's a few secrets here. This is actually the bunker that was in the Batman comics. Now, they all lead to the bridge, as we now know from this event, in fact, and you might see in this sort of area, it keeps saying, rotation at 5 degrees, as it just said. Now, that is just saying that the island is being rotated by the Foundation, who is trying to flip it. So that is actually pretty cool that they added that sort of small detail. Then you have all the yelling, the battle bus being destroyed, being let down. It's very confusing, and the Battle, Royale Island must have changed a lot on the other side if it was not originally planned for a loop and just as a backup. So I wonder what that will look like. It teases a lot, and a lot. But yeah, we go through here to what seems to look like the area from Imposters. Yes, this is the IO base, and the doors seem to be locked in this one, which is partially confusing, as they weren't locked before, and here it rotates more to 30 degrees. Now we are completely tilted, but we have finally arrived at the bridge, and we meet Foundation and Jones there as well. Now then it rotates even more, and Jones reveals something. He might have just dropped the Foundation's gun into the 0 point on accident, and then the Foundation goes, "Why does she keep making me save you?" Now, we know that the Foundation is the leader of the Seven, or the founder of it, so who else will be controlling him? I think it's a significant other, and he's only saving Jones because maybe she is in like a relationship with the Foundation, and he listens to her because he cares about her deeply, because he's not controlled by anyone. He is a leader, so it's someone significant to him who is telling him to do this. He obviously cares about Jones, and they obviously care about Jones, and they're trying to help him, but he seems decently mad about it. And here is the 6th scene where we see the island being flipped by the Foundation's plan. Now, you can see here, which is kind of a small detail that not that many people noticed, the character actually seems to look like wet in a sense, which looks really cool. Don't take that the wrong way. And then we also have the scene of the island flipping and the bunch of motherships. Now, look at the beam carefully on the left. This is the Cube Queen with her power of the cube, and also the fire being let sort of underwater. Now you might be like, how is the cube destroyed by water? Well, the cube dissolves into water most of the time, remember that? I mean, it only corrupted it this season because, the island was very weak, but the water destroyed the fire element and it absorbed the cube element, killing off the cube queen. So here we have this peaceful sort of scene. Seems to be no storm as well, which is interesting. I mean, chapter 3 map, no storm, maybe that's really cool. A few motherships and alien things get destroyed, then it lands back on its side and is ready to go again until something really, really bad happens. So the island sort of impacts the secret island that has been hidden for us for ages, causes a massive backlash of wave, hitting us away into our downtime for chapter 3's release. Now this is actually a really, really interesting way to do it. Everyone was like, black hole, Donald Mustard teasing black hole for chapter 2, but no. As you can see here, it's a tsunami that completely wipes us out into a fully black screen. Now, we wait. And we kept waiting until we realized maybe there's nothing else, until, yes, there was definitely something else in store to tease chapter 3. Now, it did take a while, and you'll see it in this recording. It took a damn while for us to get there. But we still haven't got there, and we're still in the ocean currently, so we've been pushed back, and that is the full breakdown of the event, leading you through everything that happened. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for 1K. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you on the flip side.